Hey guys, in my last video I had shown you how we can insert component to Autodesk Fusion 360. So here you can see I had inserted these two component in our Autodesk Fusion 360 design workspace. Now we are going to create a PCB enclosure for these two components. So if you have not watched my first part of this video, I will suggest you to go and watch the first part of the video. I had given the link in the description below. So okay, let's get started. I also suggest you to like and subscribe my channel so you will not miss any of my videos that I'm posting about the CAD CAM and robotics, also about 3D printing. So here you can see that the first of all the unit of this design space, we can control it from the here in the document setting. You will find the units. By clicking here you can change the units as per your requirements. So we are keeping it as a millimeter for now. Okay, and so here are the these two components that I had inserted in our design space. So you can control the visibility of these two components by clicking here. You can turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on. So this way you can control the visibility of the components. Also you can turn off the origin point and turn on the origin point by clicking here. So currently it is turned off. We can keep it turned on like this. From here we can control the view of our model. Currently it is in isometric view. If we can go to the front view, top view, side view, even we are able to rotate the model. So when we click on this home icon, it will go back to its initial position. So this way we can control our model here. And here below is our design history. So whatever commands we are using, the we can find all the history here below as a design history. So if you are not seeing this design history here, you can simply just go to your uh, uh, top level of this structure and click right click, and here you can click on the capture design history. So this way we are ready to start modeling our PCB enclosure. So first we'll align our model. So here we'll select the DC fan first, and we'll click on this move icon. And if we I will select here as a component because this is a component, and I will click on this free move, and then I will click on the top this top showing this arrow, and then we'll provide a dimension. Let's say I will want to move it 5 mm upward. So I click 5 mm upward and will click OK. So this is now 5 mm upward, and now I will select both the two components by pressing Ctrl on my keyboard, and then again I will click on this move, and I will move all both of the two components. Here you can see I had selected this component and two components. I want to click on this arrow, top arrow, and then I will click 5 mm, not 5 mm. Actually I want to keep it as let's say 4 mm. Okay, so this is our 4 mm, and then we'll click on this capture position. So the instant we click on the capture position, both the components are now fixed in the space. It's not actually fixed, but the command is over now, and the positions we wanted, it is done now. So now we are going to create a sketch first. So creating a sketch first, we'll turn off these two components, then click on this home position, then we'll go to create a sketch, then we'll select the plane on which we want to create our sketch, then we click on this look at, and then select our plane. So it will take to the normal to that plane. So we are normal to that plane now. Then we'll go to create, and then we'll go to rectangle, then we'll select this center rectangle option, then we'll click on the origin and we'll drag and create a rectangle like this, and then we'll press escape to come out of the command. Then we'll turn on our Raspberry Pi to see if we had created rectangle correctly. No, we can see here that the rectangle we had created is bigger, so we'll dimension it. So we'll click on this dimension icon, sketch dimension, and then we'll select our line, then we'll select our line which we want to dimension, and we'll put the dimensions. So we are taking, let's say taking it as 95 mm. Say 95 mm. Okay, we'll reduce little bit more. Say 90 mm. Still it is more. Say 85. 85. Okay, so 85 is fine now. Then we'll dimension the this line, and this line we want to keep it as 55. No, we'll take it as a 56. We are just trying to be close as much possible to the PCB. So here you can see we are now close to the PCB dimension. It is 85 by 56 right now. And now we'll turn off this our Raspberry Pi model, and we'll make it offset. So we'll click on this offset icon. We'll select our rectangle and we'll provide a offset of, let's say, 3 mm, and we'll press OK. So we have created an offset right now, and now we'll click on this finish sketch. Then we'll uh, turn on the Raspberry Pi model. Then we'll go to the home view. Here you can see this is our sketch. Now also again, if you want to change this something in our sketch, what you have to do is, you just below in the design history, you just go to the sketch you had created, then right click and then click on the edit sketch. So here you can see again we are in the sketch panel. If I turn off this Raspberry Pi model, we can edit our sketch again from here also. So even if you are finished your modeling, you can make the changes, go back to your come back to your design history, select the changes or the commands you had executed, and just right click and go to the edit option. You will able to do. So why I came back, because I wanted to make this rectangle. So I will just double click on this rectangle, so it will select the whole rectangle is continuous, and then I will change it to construction. So what construction does, it is these lines are only used as a reference line, not for the actual 3D modeling. So that's why I had made this as a construction line. Then I will click on this finish sketch. Then I will switch on our Raspberry Pi 4 model. So this is our sketch below. You can see. Now I want to make it a 3D look. I want to extrude this. So here you can see this is the extrude option. I will just click on this extrude option, and the instant you will click on the extrude option, it will ask you to select the profile that you want to extrude. So I will select this profile I want to extrude, and then it is asking me to how much height you want to give for this extrusion. So I will just go to the front view, so I will be very clear about the height, and I will just drag it towards the upwards. So here you can see I needed at least say 25 mm. I want the height of around 25 mm, and I will press OK. So one more thing you have to take care while extruding the things. When I go to the extrusion option, I will edit features. Here you can see that I had selected the profile. I had specified the distance as 25 mm, and operation I want to keep it as a new body. So be very careful while doing extrusion command, that what operation you had choose. New body means this complete extrusion that we had made it as a new body. So I will, when I click OK, so we are done. Here you can see this is our extrusion body created. This is our extrusion body created. Then we'll go to home. So here you can see then what we have to do now is we have to turn off our uh, components, and what we are going to do is we are going to apply some fillets to the corner to make it smoother. So I will select all the edges here, so I can apply some fillets. Let's say 1 mm of fillets I want to apply, so I will not miss any of the edges, so it will look continuous. So here you can see I had selected all the edges, so I had selected 12 edges, so it is fine. Now I will select 1 mm as a fillet radius. Let's say 2 mm if you want to apply the fillet radius. Okay, so 2 mm fillets we had applied through the corners. So okay, done. So here you can see we had applied fillet of 2 mm. So now what we are going to do is we are going to separate this complete extrusion profile into two parts. The other one will be the top part, and the bottom one will be the bottom part. So to do this, what we can do is we go to construction. We go to construction option. No, not in construction option actually. We'll go to modify option. In here you will find a split body command. So split body commands generally ask us to how you want to split your body. So before that we have to create a construction plane actually, along which we want to split our body. So create a construction plane, we go to our home position. So here you can see this is our home position. We'll select the plane. This is our top plane of our extrusion, and click on this construction option, offset plane. So now it will asking me that how much distance you want the selected plane to be offset. So I will say maybe I want it to minus 5 mm. So minus 6 mm, let's say minus 6 mm. So I want it to minus 6 mm below from the top, so I will press OK. So this is our new plane created. Here you can see the new construction plane has been created. So I will turn off the origin for now first, and here you can see this is our construction plane. So now we can separate our body in the top and the bottom part along this construction plane. So to do so, we will go to the modify panel. panel here, I will come to the split body option. Then it's asking me to body to split. Then I'll select this body I want to split, and splitting tool I will select this construction plane. The instant I had selected, you can see the whole body is getting splitted in two parts, top and bottom, and I will press OK. So here you can see now we have body 1 and body 2. Two bodies we got. So one more thing I want to tell here is very important is that I had missed actually. So before doing this split body option, I will suggest you to do a cell command. Cell command what actually do is it will make a internal hollow part. So currently if I turn off the bodies, you can see that see it's a if I turn off the plane also, you can see this is a solid part actually, so there is no space to place our PCBs. To do so, what we'll do is we'll turn on both the bodies and we'll drag this. I will drag this bar towards the one step backward. So what it will do is it will turn off these commands that you had executed. So we are in the position here now. So whatever the changes we'll make after that, this command will be executed. So now we are going to make a cell right now. So we'll click on the cell, and then it's asking me to select a body. Then we'll select a body, and it's asking me to inside thickness, how much inside thickness we need. So we'll specify as a 2 mm suppose we need, and we'll press OK. So it is actually now hollow from inside, but you will not able to see. The only way to see it if we take a section. uh, so to do so, let's go to inspect option, and here you will find the section analysis. Click on the section analysis, select the plane and drag it to the backward. So here you can see we had made a cell inside that, but it is closed all around from outside, that's why we are not able to see that. So it's okay, so we'll cancel it, and we'll then drag this bar to the front. That command is we have executed as a cell. So as soon as we had dragged it towards the forward, again we had two body separated in top and bottom part. The one is the top body and the other is the bottom body, and you can see that now we had a space for PCB. So if I switch on the Raspberry Pi, here you can see it is fitting inside this casing very well, and we also means use very efficiently the space. We don't have much wastage space here, so it's good. And we also check the fan, that if we are placing the fan bell, so here you can see. And if we switch on both the bodies, so inside that, but it is closed all around from outside, that's why we are not able to see that. So it's okay, so we'll cancel it, and we'll then drag this bar to the front. That command is we have executed as a cell. So as soon as we had dragged it towards the forward, again we had two body separated in top and bottom part. The one is the top body and the other is the bottom body, and you can see that now we had a space for PCB. So if I switch on the Raspberry Pi, here you can see it is fitting inside this casing very well, and we also use very efficiently the space. We don't have much wastage space here, so it's good. And we also check the fan, that if we are placing the fan bell, so here you can see. And if we switch on both the bodies, so here you can see that we have created two bodies, body 1 and body 2. So the now what we'll do is we will rename it as a top body and bottom body, so we'll not get confused. To do so, just click on the body option and click it, rename it as a top body. So actually that is not top body, this is a bottom body, and other one will rename it as a top body. So here you can see we had renamed top body and bottom body. So okay, so up to this we did very well. Means we had created the things very nicely. So what we'll do is we will also change the transparency of the these two bodies, so we'll able to see through them, that whether we are doing right or wrong. So to do so, just select the bodies and right click, and from here you can able to it's not like that actually. You have to select a single body and then right click, then you can control the opacity. I will set it to 90%. I will able to see, you can see, let me increase the opacity, decrease the opacity by maybe 20%. So here you can see I am able to see through our body, that what are the inside components there. So we'll do it the same for the top body also, let's say 70%. So here you can see now the things are very clear to us that we have created an enclosure for our PCB. Now the things come is we have to create these openings for the this components that are coming, like for this charging points, these things and all that. So now we are going to do that thing. To do so, we'll first switch off the top body, okay, and then this is our body. So we want to create the opening on this plane, so we'll select this plane and then we'll click on this create a sketch icon, then we'll click on this normal and go to that plane normal. So here you can see at these positions we want to make an opening. To make an opening, what we'll do is we'll select a rectangle and we'll simply drag a rectangle like this. So here are the, we'll put randomly some point and then we'll define all the points. Like from the origin we want this so here you can see we had created this opening size. Now we'll apply some fillets around the corners. Let's say 1.5 mm and we'll press enter and then we'll click finish. So this is a sketch we have created on this plane. Now we want to cut along this body, so we'll select extrude option again, we'll select the sketch profile that we want to cut, then we'll switch off for the Raspberry Pi model and also the fan model and we'll drag it towards the backward by -2 mm. So here you can see we had made a great looking cut here for our PCB. So if I switch on the components, here you can see this is our opening for all these three components. So now we'll create one more opening for this charging point, I think the power supply. So we'll again go to back to the our sketch and then we'll click on this sketch and we'll edit this data sketch, and in the same sketch we'll create a rectangle here. Sorry, it's not rectangle, it's a circle. So we'll create a circle here. So instead of creating a circle here, what we can do is we can also project the this geometry over this plane. What I mean to say means uh, uh, if I turn off our top body, you can see this is our circle already here. I have to turn off the sketch also. So this is our circle already here. This circle is actually the exact position of this power supply. So what we can do is this circle we can project on our this face. To do so, what we have to do is go to create option, there you will find a project option, then you will go to project, then you will here you will find a project option, just click on this and then is asking me to geometry that I want to project. To select that geometry I have to turn off the body, then I will select this geometry I want to project. I have selected that geometry, and since I am creating a sketch on this plane, so it is automatically getting projected. Here you can see this purple line is showing that that geometry is projected on this face. Then I will click OK and then I will turn on our sketches. So here you can see we had projected that sketch here. So it is already constrained because that is connecting to our PCB model. So then I will make a little bit offset to this one. So let's say 0.5 mm and we want to keep it as extra. So not 0.5 mm, we'll keep it as a 0.8 mm extra and we'll click OK and we'll click on this finish sketch. Then we'll drag to our cut this extrude options that we used to create a cut on this face. So again we'll right click on this one and click edit feature. The one profile is already selected, then we'll click on the profile option, then we'll select the other profile also and we'll turn up our Raspberry Pi and we'll check that object to cut is only the bottom part of our body and we'll press OK. So here you can see we had made two cuts. If I switch on our Raspberry Pi model, here you can see that we had made the openings for these all three USBs and also for the power supply. So up to this point we are done. So the next thing, we have to create an opening here. So here you can see we have three components, one, two, three, for which we want to make an opening. So before that, actually, we have to make a cut on both the bodies. I think on the top and the bottom bodies both. So we'll switch on both the bodies and we'll go to the face along which we want to make cut. Then we click on the create sketch and then we'll go to the normal to that plane. And then here you can see this is our profile that we want to make a cut. So we'll select a line and we'll start sketching. Okay, so we had specified all the dimensions available here. So we'll click on this finish sketch icon. So here you can see that we had made this sketch, and then we'll turn off this Raspberry Pi 4 model. Then we'll go to the extrude option. Then we'll select the profiles, and then we'll extrude -2. We provide -2, and we'll see that the object of cut must be both the bodies, because we have to make the cut in the top part and the bottom part in both the parts. So we press OK. So here you can see this is our top part, and here you can see this is our bottom part. So we had made a cut like this. And if I switch on our Raspberry Pi, here you can see we had made a cut here, and we also made a cut here. So this way we had made a cut all around our PCB enclosure for all the openings that we want to access. So these were all the openings. The next thing we are going to create is we are going to create an opening for a fan at the top. So to do so, what we'll do is we'll switch on our DC fan. So here you can see this is our DC fan, and we'll go to the front face of the face on which the fan is mounted. Click on that face and we will create a sketch. Then we'll click create normal and go to that face. So here you can see we are finding a difficulty in seeing a fan. Then what we'll do is we'll turn out our bottom body, because we are not creating only the opening for fan on the top body. And what we'll do is we'll top body will change the opacity to make 50%. So here you can see this is our fan. So what we'll do is we will project all the edges of the fan on this profile. Or so to do so, what we'll do is again we'll go to the create project and project option. We'll turn off the body and we'll select all the edges, four edges of our fan, and also these corners. And we'll press OK. And we'll turn on the body. So here you can see we have projected the fan profile on the top of the body. Now I will make an offset of this fan profile. We'll select all the edges by 1 mm. Uh, let's say I want to make it -2 mm. You see from the top here you can see that. Okay, so we have to, I think we have to project one more sketch. So again we'll turn off the body, we'll go to project, and then we'll select this circle, because we need the opening around this only, because fans legs are on this only. So we press OK, and we'll also project all these four mounting holes. So we'll use that in the future. Okay, so we'll select those holes also, and we'll click on this finish sketch and turn on the body. So here you can see we have created this profile. So what we'll do is we can select this extrude option. We can select this complete profile and make it a -2 mm cut. Instead of making a through 2 mm cut, what we can do is we can make some profile here like a case or something like that. So to do so, we'll go to the edit sketch and we'll create, let's say we'll create some edges here. So it will not be a through cut actually. So it will be something like something that that will be like case actually. So we'll go to the rectangular pattern. We'll select this line. We need it maybe 20, 10. We'll drag it like this. We'll specify it with 10. We'll drag it to up to here and we'll drag, let's say 12, 14, 15. 15 and we'll press OK, then we'll modify, then we'll go to extend and we'll extend all the lines to the corners of the circle. So why I'm doing this, I'm trying to make something like a cave. So it will be a through hole, so nothing will go inside the blade. So the blade, maybe the blades will broke. So to do so, I'm doing like this. So okay, then go to trim, then we trim the extra thing, and then click on this finish sketch. Then I will again click on this extrude option. Then I will select this profile also. So this way, actually we are missing that line. So again, we'll go to sketch option. We'll modify, extend this line also. Then we'll go to finish the sketch. Then we'll go to the edit extrude option. Then we'll change it to make it like a cage actually. So here you can see we had made it like a cage, so it was very easy. So if I select our body and make the opacity as 100%, so it will look very nicer. So here you can see we had made a cage like a structure for our fan opening. So up to this we had created. Now we are going to create how will we fix these two bodies together. To do so, I'm going to create a snap fit joint actually. Uh, If you had seen the model I had shown in the part 1 video, I will also change the opacity of the bottom body, so things will be very clear to us. And we will also change the appearance of these two bodies by right clicking the body and change appearance. uh, let's say we want to make it as a color red plastic, so we'll select the red plastic from here, the plastic glossy, we'll apply to the top body. And let's say green we want for the bottom body, so then we'll go to the green plastic and apply to the bottom body. So this way the things are very clear to us right now, that these are the top body, these are the bottom body, and this is our Raspberry Pi 4 model. So up to this we had created. So we need something to mount all the two parts. So before that, what we'll do is we'll turn off the bottom body and we'll turn off the Raspberry Pi. We turn off the bottom body, turn off the Raspberry Pi, and we'll create a mounting for our fan first. So to do so, what we'll do is we had already we'll just go to the sketch option and we'll turn on our sketch. We'll turn off this PC fan. So here you can see we had already created the 4 mounting points for our fan. So what we'll do is we'll go to data sketch and we'll edit data sketch and we'll make offset this mounting points, let's say 1 mm, and the same way we will make offset all the 4 mounting sketches that we had made previously, and we'll click on this finish sketch. Then we'll come to this option, and from here we can click on the extrude command. We'll select all the 4 mountings and we'll drag it to the top. We'll make it as a joint. Okay, and then we'll turn on our DC fan, and the distance up to which we want to make is to object. So then we'll turn off our body, then we'll select that object, this object, and we'll then turn on our body, and then we'll turn off our fan. and we'll click OK, and we'll turn off our fan. Also we'll turn off our sketch because we are done. So here you can see we had created a mounting for our fan. So we can just place the fan from inside and mount it through a 4 screws, or like something like that, in our top body. So this is our mounting for our fan. So now we'll come to the PCB. For the PCB we also need some mounting. We have a 4 mounting holes, so we need a mounting piece there on the bottom PCB. So we'll turn on the bottom body now and turn off the top body now. And so here you can see this is our. We'll also turn off the fan. This is our PCB and the bottom body. So we want to make mountings on the bottom body. So to do so, what we'll do is we'll turn off the Raspberry Pi. We'll go select this plane along with we want to make the mounting, and we'll click on the create sketch. Then we'll go to the normal to that plane. So here we are normal to that plane. Then again the same process. We'll turn on our PCB, and then we'll go to the project, and we'll project these whole positions on our bottom body face that we had selected to create a sketch. So I had selected all the four here you can see sketches. Then we'll press OK, and we'll turn off the Raspberry Pi. So here you can see I have 4 sketches on the bottom body. Now what we'll do now is we'll offset this by 1 mm all the 4 sketches that I had projected from the PCB board. So here you can see I had created all these 4 mountings here on the face of the PCB board. So now I will click on this finish sketch icon. Then we'll extrude all these mountings. Then I will turn off the body and turn on the Raspberry Pi. From here from the distance to object, and we'll select the bottom face of the PCB, and then we'll press turn off the Raspberry Pi, and then we'll turn on the bottom body, and then we'll press OK. So here you can see we had made the 4 mountings for our Raspberry Pi. If I switch on, you can see it is resting over that. If from here you can see, if you are not able to see it from here, what we can do is we can go to inspect, go to section analysis, select the plane along which we want to make a section, and here you can see. Here you can see this is our mounting holes along which our PCB is resting. So this way actually we had created. So we will turn off our section analysis, so the things will be clear to us. So this is the things that we had created our mountings for all PCB and fan. We had also created an opening for our to access all the components like USBs and power supplies in the top and the bottom bodies both, and we also created the opening for our fan. Now the next thing we have to do is we have to create a snap fit joint. So to create a snap fit joint, what we have to do is we have to turn on our origin. So we have turned on our origin, so we can see the origin at the center of our body. So what we'll do is we will create a 4 snap joints, one somewhere here, one somewhere here, and the same 2 on the other parts. So there will be 4 snap fit joints. So to do so, what we'll do is we'll turn off our complete body, okay, for now, and we'll also turn off this component, and we'll click on this offset plane, select this plane. Okay, before that what we'll do is let's turn on everything. Okay, so we had turned on everything. So before that what we'll do is we have to make a small openings here to in the future if you want to make if you want to open our these 2 top and the bottom PCBs. To do so, what we'll do is uh, we'll click on this face, and we'll click on this create sketch, and then we'll click on this normal and go to normal to this face, and then we'll make it 2 rectangles here like this. Okay, and we will ensure that by selecting the top of both rectangle we'll apply the equal constraint, and the height of rectangle will apply the equal constraint. So this way we are ensuring that both the rectangle are similar. And now we'll specify the dimension of this one. So no need to create actually this rectangle, we can measure the complete function over this direction. So we'll now we specify the measurement, let's say 25, and we'll specify this height, let's say 3 mm, and we'll specify the net height of this rectangle, let's say 12, like that, and we'll specify the width of the rectangle, let's say 5. Okay, let's say 6 mm. Okay, so we have created this one, and we'll click on this finish sketch. Then we have to remember one more thing, that we are making this 25 mm offset. Okay, so we'll start modeling our snap fit joint from the center. So the total distance from the origin will be around 25 plus half of this 6, that is the 25 plus 3, that is 28 mm. From here we'll start making our snap fit joint. So you will see right now, don't worry if you're not getting it. So we'll go to the free orbit option, we'll orbit it little bit, we'll turn off all the internal components, yes, and then we'll go to extrude, and we'll extrude it towards the backward by -2 to make a cut actually. So this is the opening here right now. So now what we'll do is we'll turn off our body, we'll go to the offset plane, we'll select this plane we want to offset, and what I told you is 25 plus 3, 25 plus 3, that is 28. So we have created a plane somewhere here. Now what we'll do is we'll turn on our body, and then we'll go to the inspect section analysis, then we'll select this plane. So we are very clear that we are creating a snap fit joint or sketch somewhere here, and we'll press OK, and we'll turn on our section analysis, so we'll able to see the section along this is the first section that I was using to show you. This I will keep turn off, and this is the current section that I had created along this plane, that is the plane that I had offsetted from the origin by 28 mm. So on this plane I will select, and I will click create a sketch, then I will click on this normal, then I will ensure that the plane is on, and then I will click on this plane to come normal to that plane. So here you can see we are going to make a snap fit joint here, somewhere here. So now we'll start making the snap fit joint here. So from top of the part we need something like this, we need something like this, let's say something like this, we need something like this and this. So something we are getting like this, so we'll specify the dimensions first. So let's say this one I want 2 mm. Okay, great. And this one I need as let's say 9 mm. Don't make it 9 mm, let's say 8.5 mm, it's cool. And make it this one as, let's say, not 2 mm, let's make it 1 point, or we can make it let's say make it 2 mm, it's fine. So we had made it 2 mm. So, and this is we want okay, so this one I want 2 mm. Okay, and we had specified this. So the position we have to specify from the origin how much height we need it let's say 13. Okay, 13 mm. Or instead of specifying this distance, what we can do is actually we have to specify this first, how much we want. This one is over 2 mm. Okay, then we'll drag this point to this corner. Okay, so this is all the sketch we have created right now. So what we'll do is we'll apply some future fillets later. So this is the sketch we had created right now. Then we'll click on this finish sketch icon, and then we'll go to the home position, so we'll able to see the sketch. So this is the sketch we had created. We'll turn off our bottom body, because the snap fit joint we want is to be connected to our top body only. So we'll click on this extrude option, we'll select our sketch, and We'll specify we need to be extruded in both the directions symmetric, and we'll specify 2.5 mm we need in both directions. So I think it is closing in both directions symmetrically. If I turn off the section, we will be able to see, yeah, we are extruding in both directions symmetrically, and we'll press OK. And also we'll ensure that here the operation must be joined. So okay, so the one snap fit joint kind of things we had created, and we'll do a little bit more things like uh, apply chamfer at this corner by 2 mm. We'll also apply chamfer at this corner. We'll apply chamfer at this corner, let's say not at this corner, actually at this corner. We'll apply chamfer here as 1 mm and modify here at 0.5 mm. So this way we had created a chamfer, so now our snap fit joint looks good actually. And if I turn on the bottom body here, you can see that why this opening we had created this opening so that it will hold here in the opening, and if in future if you want to open it, we can just simply push it inside, and we can open our this casing. So this is the reason why we have provided this opening, but I think that in here you can see the space here is more. So what we are going to do is we will reduce the size of this opening. So to do so, we'll just go to the sketch we had created for this opening, and here you can see we had created it as a 3 mm. So instead we can create it as a, let's say, 2.75. So we'll increase here to 5 and we click finish sketch. So here you can see the space we had reduced right now, so everything looks good. So okay, so this is the snap we had created at this point. Now we need the same arrangement somewhere here, and the same arrangement on this direction also. So to do so, what we are going to do is we'll select those operations that we had created. So these are the extrude operations that we used to make a cut, and these were all the snap fit operations that we had made. So I had selected all this by pressing Ctrl on my keyboard at once, and I will go to the create and will select the mirror option, and then it says that I had already selected the five objects, and then it is asking me for to select the mirror plane. I will click on the mirror plane, then I will turn off the body. I will select this one as a mirror plane, and then I will turn on the body, and I will press OK. So here you can see the same thing has been created this direction also. The same way we'll select all the things again. This time we will also select that mirror, the mirror things that we had created. Then we'll again go to create and mirror. Then now it is object 6 because this one is the complete mirror of this one. And now we'll select the mirror plane. Then we'll turn off the body. Then we'll select this plane as the mirror plane. Then we'll turn on the body and press OK. So here you can see we had created all our snap joints for top and the bottom body. So if we turn off the bottom body, you can see that this is our top case that is completely 3D printable, and you don't need any screws to mount these two openings or any kind of things to mount it. It is completely 3D printable. So now what I am going to do is I will make some grooves on the top part body and the bottom part body, so they will fit together very perfectly. So to do so, what we'll do is we'll select this plane and we'll click on this create a sketch, and we'll again go to normal to this plane where you can see I am normal to this plane. So now what I will do is I will select this offset icon. I will select the outside face. I will offset it by -1 mm and will press OK. So here you can see I press OK. Now what I will do is I will go to finish sketch, Then I will click on this extrude option, then I will close and mark this profile, then we'll select the profile. Here you can see we have something missing, that's why it is not snapping well. So okay, again we'll go to the sketch and we'll ensure that these profiles are also offsetted by 1 mm. So minus 1 mm, and the same for the above thing. Yeah, this one also by 1 mm. So okay, now we are done. We'll click on this finish sketch, then we'll again go to the extrude option, then we'll select the inner profile and we'll drag it to minus 1 mm cut. So here you can see what I was trying to make actually. If I turn off the origin, here you can see I had made a groove like of thing here. So instead of grooving the internal portion here in the top part, I want to grooving on the outside portion. So again we'll go to the edit option, we'll click on this one, then we'll click on the outside portion. So here you can see like this we wanted actually. So it's nice that we had achieved this shape. Now I will turn on our bottom body and turn up our top body, and the same process will try on our this body. So we'll select this plane, we'll create a sketch, then we'll go to the normal to that plane, then I will offset the things by minus 1 mm say, then we'll press OK. Here the sum profile is not offset, so I will offset it manually. Instead of chain selection, I will unselect that and I will select this line by minus 1 mm. We'll press OK. The same way I can select the line first, so I don't have to unmark chain selection. Then we click on the offset and then I will go to the minus 1, then I will press OK. So here the profile we had offsetted, then we'll click on the finish sketch, then we'll go to the extrude. Here we are going to extrude the internal portion by minus 1 mm. So here you can see we had created an internal portion extruded cut by minus 1 mm. So now I will turn on both the bodies. So here you can see we had created all the 4 snap fit joints, and now we want to position it to fit it correctly. So to do so, what we'll do is we'll select the top body and we'll click on the move icon and we'll press it as a minus 1, move it as a minus 1 mm below. So it will, now you can see, is completely fitting inside our body. So you can see now when we had moved this top body to the bottom, now it is overlapping with our opening. So we'll just go to the change the opening position a little bit, go to data sketch that used to create that opening, and we'll right click and edit sketch, then we'll specify that 1 mm below, then I will click on this finish sketch. So here you can see now we had created a completely snap fit joints and the complete enclosure body here. So if I turn on all the components, so here you can see that everything is fitting inside correctly, and if I turn off the top body, you can see that how perfectly it is fitting inside. So this way you can create your PCB enclosure for any kind of PCB. So up to this we have created. Now the final task is to convert these bodies as a component. So I will just right click. Actually the creating component is not necessary here, but will try to make everything as a component. Will finish everything as a component. So create component from bodies, and again for this also create component from bodies. So we have now 4 components right now. And if we want to print, if we want to 3D print the top and the bottom body, what you have to do is you can just right click and click on the save as STL file, and you can save it as anywhere. If you want, I can save it as my desktop or anywhere, and that file you can create using for 3D printing or whatever you want. So this way we have created this complete 3D printable PCB enclosure